I'm shocked. There is a new media spreading across the country on the bookshelves, and yet so many people are unaware. Gay sex and comics, what is going on? I'm sure all of you at one point in your life have got your hand caught in the cookie jar, probably looking something inappropriate online. Well, I was one of those caught. And the images I was caught looking at were what is referred to as yaoi. And that is precisely the subject I will be I will be informing you about today. It is likely many of you will recognize this word, but I do hope the parents in this classroom will understand why their teenagers might be looking at this on the internet. And at the very least, you'll be educated on, shocked, or entertained by this form of media. Kathy Kemper, writer of the article Yaoi 101, Girls Love, Boys Love, translated the acronym YALI to mean no climax, no point, and no meaning, or jokingly, stop it, my butt hurts. But now in the United States, it is just a catchphrase for any manga, which is a Japanese comic book, with any homosexual overtones. Now first, I will be informing you of the origins of yaoi. Secondly, I will go over the theories of why young girls are so infatuated with it. And thirdly, I'll go over what the future might hold for this unique form of entertainment. First, let me go over the evolution of the manga art form, how it started to encompass genres such as yaoi, and how it came to the U.S. According to the Understanding Anime and Manga, written by Robin Burmer in 2007, the birth of manga happened between the years 1760 and 1849. Another interesting event is in 1853, a U.S. Commodore Perry, under political pressure from the United States, negotiated a trade program with Japan, bringing over Western influences. Understandingly, the World War II left a rift in the Japanese culture. The war destroyed the current comic industry, and that allowed new, innovative young artists to reinvigorate the new comic scene. Tezuka Asuma was one such individual, and he is considered the godfather of manga and anime. His most famous work is Astro Boy. He got his ideas from famous U.S. cartoon characters like Mickey Mouse and Betty Boop because of their exaggerated eyes. In the 1970s, female manga artists started to emerge, and also in the 1970s, manga first hit the United States market. But the real sales boom didn't happen until 1995. And still, publishers were afraid that Americans couldn't adapt to the back-to-front reading of the manga style. But that was disproved in 2004 when sales rose once again. Also in 2004, yaoi started to hit the shelves to target the female audience. Let me show you. Here are the different genres of homosexual comics in Japan, but when it reaches the United States, ill-informed fans just think yaoi can mean any of them. They don't know the difference unless they're really informed. Now that we have a rough understanding of its origins, this brings me to my second main point: the theories of why the reader base enjoy yaoi. Females want to remove themselves from the equation. J.T. Ho wrote an article in the Hornbook magazine in 2007 saying that distance and a feeling of safety for women happens because they don't need to compare themselves to the heroine in the story, because there is no heroine, it's just boys. And not only do the women want to protect themselves from don't only want to protect themselves from their physical self, but they want to protect their emotional self. This yaoi provides a level of pleasure and pain without direct involvement. The second theory I'll be talking about is that yaoi is a form of sexual distraction comparable to that of men watching lesbian porn. Okay. Quoted from the article The World of Yaoi in 2005, Mick J. McClellan, in placing the charms of the beautiful boy at its heart, the yaoi genre resonates with women all over the world who delight in expressing their attraction to the youthful male form. Clarissa Smith, in her book titled One of the Girls in 2007, had a woman named Laura in her study who enjoyed gay porn. She stated that she liked gay porn over heterosexual porn because she can see the male's climax, and in the heterosexual porn, she felt the females were always faking it. And also, it is not degrading towards women because, of course, there is no women in it. So you don't have to worry about that. And the last theory I'm going to speak about is that yaoi is, of course, emotionally and artfully created by women for women. Ka-Ming Cha wrote an article titled Yaoi Manga, What Girls Like in 2007, which explains pretty boys combined with complex plots. It results in a hook, line, and sinker for women. Now that you know the reader base, the psychology behind them, it's time to I've come to my third and final main point: the future of yaoi. Will yaoi have more of an influence on anime and games? I would say yes. There's already 3 yaoi games licensed in the U.S. Furthermore, there in JRPGs, Japanese role-playing games, there are always references to yaoi. For instance, in the Hack to You series, Haseo, the main character, can marry a man in the game. One of my concerns is, will yaoi halt the export? Will the economy halt the export of yaoi? The downturn economy has affected every aspect of society, but digital manga at yaoireview.com in 2010 has created a digital format for lower prices, but only time will tell if they succeed. Jorge Centenez at Roehampton University reviewed the effects of illegal scandaling. Piracy has always been an issue. Some Japanese publishers consider these pirate sites to be a way of getting more consumers, but the fact is a lot of profit is still lost, and it is still a main concern today. Lastly, let's get on a good note. Fan support will keep the genre alive no matter the economic outcome. In the book Girl Culture, an Encyclopedia by Claudia Michelle and Jacqueline Walsh in 2008 explains the conventions, internet forums, Twitter-type communications fans use to express their love for the genre. Japanese fans take it one step further by creating fan comics called doujinshi, and they sell it. Now let's look at the other forms of entertainment that yaoi has infiltrated: anime, video games, doujinshi, and fan fiction. Fans will support the Western audiences no matter what happens to the economy, because there is still a strong following in Japan. First, we went over the origins of yaoi. Secondly, we went over the different theories behind it, its female readers, and lastly, we went over what might happen in the future. Did any of this shock you? I hope so, because societal norms need to be tested every once in a while. Because I believe yaoi opens minds, and it tells younger people with different sexual orientations that they deserve to be respected and accepted just as much as anyone else. To regress, I should finish the story about my mother. Surprisingly, she allowed me to keep pursuing my interest in yaoi, and I thank her for that, because from a very young age, I was able to be open-minded, and I still think yaoi is a harmless outlet for repressed sexual desires, not any different from the average smutty romance novel you can get at any bookstore. Or the latest additions to the Twilight series. Right? Okay, but don't clap yet because I have one last thing to show you.